I'd like to call the city council meeting of Monday, July 22nd to order. Roll call, please.
Alderman Anderson.
Here.
Alderman Dash.
Here.
Alderman Cameron.
Here.
Alderman Morgan Adams.
Here.
Alderman Dolick.
Here.
Please stand for the pledge. Okay, I need a motion to approve the June 24th, 2024 City Council regular meeting minutes.
So moved, Anderson. Second, Cameron.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Alderman Dolick.
Aye.
Alderman Morgan Adams.
Aye.
Alderman Cameron.
Aye.
Alderman Dash.
Aye.
Alderman Anderson.
Aye.
Motion passes. We have no presentations tonight, no appointments, confirmations, or proclamations. Is there any public comment on agenda matters?
Yes, we do have one person, Mayor. His name is Jerry Simmons.
Hello, I'm Jerry Simmons, 101 East Clarendon. You guys remember me probably from the last time we were here on this Levy 37. I'm not here to complain to anybody in the room, but Administrator Wade was just saying that IDOT is, everything's kind of come to a halt. They're not participating in the meetings, and we can't even get this thing out to bid. And it's just frustrating. So I represent 360 units in Prospect Heights. I talked to a lady from, I think it was Willow Falls today. She has 300 units. She's going to get on board now, and she's going to come up with some ideas and some contacts she has. I've spoken with the manager of the big shopping mall across the street where Rockies is, and they have that big empty parking lot that they can't do anything. They can't put an outbuilding or anything in it until they get relief from this FEMA, from the being in the flood zone. So there's a lot of money at stake. There's a lot of, for them. There's a lot of wasted money for the residents, and it's very painful because there's a lot of things we could do with this money. We have so many issues. We have a crime issue. We need roofs. We're planning for all these different things, and then this keeps throwing a wrench. And that would this 130 grand that was just paid would probably take care of 6 roofs out of 12 roofs that need to be done. So we're talking about a fair amount of money. So I just wanted to come here today because it's not my idea, but I thought it was an excellent idea, and I just wanted to put it in writing, or so you guys, everybody would be on board with it. We were thinking about a meeting with our council, or at least our mayor and the staff, and the administrators and everybody else involved, the building directors of both towns, maybe Mount Prospect, maybe we get them involved, Prospect Heights. We could do it at our meeting room at River Trails. We can get Willow Woods. They have 300 units. There's another one behind us. I think she told me they have 120. It's very hard to get people to come and speak up. A lot of these people, sometimes they don't speak English and they just don't really want to get involved. So I was thinking out of 800 units, maybe we could get, 90, and then we can invite not only you people, Mount Prospects people, maybe we can get IDOT, FEMA, the Army Corps, and maybe even have the papers there and just say, here's what we need. We need this 54-foot of pipe put in. We need relief from the flood, which we already don't. We're already out of the floodplain. Nothing floods anymore, and so we can stop wasting all this money. And that was just, like I said, it wasn't my idea, but I just thought it was a tremendous idea, and I wanted to state that to all of you guys. That was it.
Thank you. I think it's a good idea, and we're definitely on board with applying any kind of pressure that we can to get this done.
We appreciate it.
It's past ridiculous.
It is beyond ridiculous. And if it goes up another 30% in 9 months, it's just sickening, the amount of money wasted, just sickening. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
No.
That's it? Okay. We have no items on the consent agenda. Any old business? Any new business? None? Staff and elected officials and commission reports. We'll start with the June financial report. by Assistant Finance Director Bob Tannehill.
Thanks, Mayor and City Council members. I'd like to present the June financial report. We're 2 months into the fiscal year already, and our city revenues are about 11.2% of budget, with our expenses reflecting about 7.8% of budget. All the other funds are in line with budgeted expectations. We're seeing a little bit strong in sales tax and income tax revenue from the state for the month of June. We've also been pretty busy this last month getting ready for or actually preparing for the audit, which we have the auditors on site this week, preparing the audit for FY24, and we anticipate it'll be a smooth audit. We haven't seen anything yet today, our first day in, so asking a lot of questions, want to see a lot of invoices and things like that, do a lot of testing, so I think we're okay with what we have done for them and got ready for them, so. Other than that, I have nothing else to report on the financial. If there's any questions, I can try to answer them, and then if not, I'll get you information if you need it.
Any questions?
No.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item B, a status report on the Levy 37 pipe closure intergovernmental agreement. Go.
Thank you. And to add a little bit of information to what Mr. Simmons, thank you for coming out tonight. This is so important to really that whole east side as well as the area of Mount Prospect. It impacts so many people, and it's unnecessarily costly. The last time I reported about this, that this was an agenda item, we were hopeful. And that was the time when the City Council gave authorization to use the special service area money, which you and fellow residents have been paying into for years, and that was to provide the additional money that's needed to do the pipe closure project so we can move forward with getting the levy certified and ultimately removing people from a burdensome obligation to pay flood insurance, very expensive flood insurance. I want to carve out IDNR, Illinois Department of Natural Resources, was very helpful, specifically a gentleman named Rick Pullman. He made sure that this was done quickly. The agreement came out. At that time, there was a gentleman from IDOT, Jeffrey Snape. Mark joined in at any time. My recollection is he told us we're about a month from the IDOT agreement, an intergovernmental agreement for the operations, which I understand from Gaywalt Hamilton, they've had for several months. This is not new. So at any rate, the frustration, we thought a month, okay, this was last maybe March or April, we thought we'd be underway by now. We are bumping up on August and we are not out to bid. It's certainly my goal that we get on the gas and get this completed this year. However, the unfortunate part is we cannot get the agreement from IDOT, the intergovernmental agreement. With Mayor Ludvigson's authorization, what we requested this past week is to either get the agreement, which we hoping might have been on this agenda, or give us the name of somebody in IDOT District 1 or Springfield. Our feet aren't nailed to the ground. We can drive down to Springfield and find somebody. And the latest I received this afternoon from a gentleman from IDOT who's doing the best he can. Well, there's clearances. It's got to go through a number of signatures with no definite date. So I'm going to ask if we can follow up with our legislators who have been following this. I want to say, and their staff, certainly this is on Senator Morrison's radar screen. It's on Representative Katzmall, who just came into office. It's on hers. We need help, and we're just not finding it. And the sad part about this is if we go to any of our neighboring towns, there's just continual similar frustration with the agency. I'm at wit's end. I like the idea. Somehow we've got to get this dislodged so that we can move forward and get this bid and get this completed this year. And it just mystifies me that seemingly it's a paperwork issue and we can't find somebody who we can even meet with. They're just very distant from sadly, I think that might be part of the issue. They're just like, they're viewing this as, I don't know, a theoretical engineering exercise, or they're distant from people. But there are individual people, I'm told, homeowners, so more on the Mount Prospect side, are paying $3,000 to $3,500 a year just for flood insurance for a single-family home. You mentioned what you and your fellow associations, and then put that into context when you need parking lots and roofs and security and all those things. And we've been at this for a number of years, and we're just, it's sad. I don't know, it's just incredibly frustrating, and I'll just leave it at that.
Thank you, Joe. Yeah, because nothing that has to be done is going to affect the performance of what's going on there. That's the frustrating part. It's not like we're missing a dam or missing a valve or missing something that's going to make a difference. Like you say, it's already made a difference. You know, we don't flood down there no more. And this is purely paperwork, which is just, you know, you see this written in paper, in newspapers and things about bureaucracy, and this, we're living it right now. And we got to figure out how to, like Joe said, get this unstuck, get it moving. So, yeah, we'll definitely work with you to make that happen.
Okay,
So,
I'll start to give the date and line of income.
okay.
And tomorrow, we'll reach out to our legislators to see if they can get some assistance. I know the agency dislikes that, but we've got to get this bid this year. There's no reason not to.
Okay. Thank you, Joe. Elected officials, anybody to my left have a comment? No? Any elected officials to my right? No? Staff to my right? Dan? Oh,
Thank you very much. I just want to remind our residents that even though we're in July and it's the height of the busy permit season, if you're planning those projects for the fall, please don't wait. You do have to get your permits in and allow us enough time. We're running right now at 3 weeks for plan review times. So if you want to do a project in August, don't come in on August 1st and expect it to be done. You need to plan ahead. So we're getting them out still in the 3-week period, but the more time you allow us, the smoother it will go. Thank you very much.
thank you. Anybody else? Mark?
Yes, sir, thank you. Just a couple updates. Wolf Road Sidewalk Project, anyone who's driven along there realizes it's going along. Traffic delays are manageable at this point. We're waiting on a few utilities to move their stuff out of the way. That's slowing down the progress of the sidewalk, but it's still moving along. And the crews out there are doing their best to keep traffic flowing. We had a lot of rain last week. Willow Road was closed around the slough between Hillcrest and Owen in that area. It's been a while since we've had a good heavy rain in a short period of time. A lot of folks called complaining about water in their ditches and things like that, but as many people have said, they'd rather see water in the ditch than in your home. Our community is designed as a rural community. The ditches and swales and yards will get water and they will dissipate. By now, most people are in good shape with the standing water issues. So that is happening. But it does also show us that Willow Road being closed for a few days, how that project is still important. Emergency services had to drive around for calls, buses, school, everything revolves around a good path of travel. And as that being a roadway that gets used, that project is still moving forward slowly with some engineering snafus, but it's still on progress. So we're going to get there. It's not happening very fast. So that's it, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Chief?
Nothing, sir.
Nothing? Good? Okay. That's it with reports. We have the warrants to approve. Will the clerk read the warrants?
Okay. Our expenditures total amounted to $267,880.62. We had a wire payment, a payroll on July 12th in the amount of $192,714.80. So the total warrant amounted to $460,595.42 for council's approval tonight.
So we need a motion to approve.
So moved, Morgan Adams.
Second, Cameron.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Alderman Morgan Adams.
Aye.
Alderman Dash.
Aye.
Alderman Dolick.
Aye.
Alderman Anderson.
Aye.
Alderman Cameron.
Aye.
Motion is approved. Item 12, any public comment on non-agenda matters? Anybody? Come on up. No? Okay.
No, I think we can all hear each other at this point. I'm only here to make a simple statement, urging you not to allow the water company to raise their rates.
Oh, you're going to get,
Could you go to the microphone, please, if you're going to help? I'm only here to ask you to please try your best to get the water company not to raise their rates. That's it. A very simple
what's your name?
statement.
Your name?
Jeff Condrit, sir. I'm
Yeah,
over-
we don't,
over at Rob Roy.
we would, yeah, I pay the
I
same
don't
bills
want
as
our-
you.
I don't want our bills going up again.
I know, but unfortunately, that's done by the ICC approves
I know
there,
that.
and it's like,
But we can all do a little something to let our voices be heard.
absolutely.
Excuse me.
That's what I'm
I
doing.
agree.
Excuse me. Are you an ARP member?
Yes.
They did, well, not all. They did mail to everyone a form to sign in protest, so.
All right, thank you very much, and we will do what we can. Again, it's, we're the mouse running underneath the feet of an elephant here when it comes to things like that, but we do try. We're trying to fight IDOT right now on something, and it's always a fight with these agencies, so
Yeah.
we do hear you, and we will do our best. Anybody else? No? We will be going into executive session tonight, so we'll need a motion to go into closed session for the following exceptions. Exception number 5, the purchase or lease of real property for the use of the public body, including meetings held for the purpose of discussing whether a particular parcel should be acquired. Number 6, the setting of a price for sale or lease of property owned by the public body. And number 11, litigation. So we need a motion.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion by Matt, a second by
Anderson.
Anderson. Roll call, please.
Alderman Anderson.
Aye.
Alderman Dash.
Aye.
Alderman Cameron.
Aye.
Alderman Morgan Adams.
Aye.
Alderman Dolick.
Aye.
Motion passes. There will be no action taken, no vote taken on anything after the closed session, except for a motion to adjourn. So we'll come back just to adjourn. Nothing will happen after.